Good evening children, welcome to 6th standard online science class. Now we are going to discuss how to separate the components of mixtures. Okay, so how can we separate these components? There are some techniques. The first technique is sieving. Sieving we use in our kitchen to sieve the flour. Okay, and also at construction sites we use the sieve to separate the sand and the stones, bigger stones uh, present in the along with the sand, isn't it? So it will separate the solid mixture. The mixture should contain the solid. One of the solid should have the bigger size. This is the sieving method. Okay children. Yes, the next one is magnetic separation. This technique is used when one of the component of the mixture is a magnetic substance. Okay, yes, we can use the magnet to separate the magnetic substance. When you keep the magnetic substance will attract to the magnet and the other one will left out. For example, iron particles stick to the magnet and the sulfur is left behind. So mixture of sulfur and iron are kept together, the iron pieces will stick to the magnet. And also huge electromagnets are used to pick up scrap iron from the scrap yards. These magnets are switched on or switched off by using the electric current. Okay children, so this is about magnetic separation. Then comes the sedimentation and decantation. You might have studied this in your lower classes. Sedimentation and decantation. Any idea children what is sedimentation and what is decantation? Yes, very good. So do you understand? This can be used to separate the solid mixture. For example, you are preparing the tea at your home, isn't it? Tea at your home. So what you will do, you will add the tea leaves to the boiling milk, and you allow the solution undisturbed for some time, so that the tea leaves will settle down at the bottom of the vessel, isn't it? So that is called sedimentation. That process is called to be what? Sedimentation. Do you understood what is sedimentation? Yes. So the liquid should be left undisturbed for some time. After some time, it will the residue will stay back, or the solid will settle at the bottom of the vessel. That is called sedimentation. And the clear liquid will be formed on the surface, on the upper surface. Okay, the clear liquid will be formed on the upper surface, and this is called to be supernatant liquid. Okay, so how can you separate the tea? You will slowly pour off the clear liquid into your teacup. Am I right? So this slowly pouring the clear liquid, that is tea, into the teacup, that process is called decantation. That process is called decantation. Do you understood this sedimentation and a decantation process? Yes. And here is the graphical representation of sedimentation process. Here we are separating the sand and clear water. Okay, sand and clear water is also separated by this process. Even oil and water can also be separated by this decantation method. So the next topic is filtration. So filtration, this is also you might have studied in your lower classes. For example, we are taking a mixture of sand, water, and what else? Sand, water, and salt. Okay, sand, water, and salt. If you want to separate them, or sand and water. Sand and water, if you are taking, you want to separate them. How can we do them? Even by decantation also, sometimes the lighter sand particles will come along with the supernatant liquid, isn't it? To avoid that, we are doing filtration. After the decantation is done, you can separate them by this filtration method. For this, you need a funnel, you need a glass funnel, a filter paper. The filter paper should be semicircled, and they are kept inside the funnel. Okay, this is the filter paper. Do you understand children? So it should be kept inside the this funnel, and using a glass rod slowly pour off the mixture into the funnel, and the filter paper, in the filter the mixture get filtered, and the filter paper has the residue. The filter paper, that is the sand particles will be deposited in the filter paper, and that is called residue. RESIDUE, residue. Do you understand? And the liquid is collected at the beaker kept at the stem of the below the stem of the funnel, and that is called filtrate. That is called what? Filtrate. So this is the filtration method. Do you understand, children? The next technique is evaporation. You know, salt is obtained by evaporation of seawater by the sunlight, isn't it? You know this very well. So how can we do this evaporation? If you are going to separate the mixture of solid and liquid, that is sand and salt and water, you can follow this method. So take a mixture, that is sand and salt and water should be, that mixture should be taken in a china dish, and this mixture should be heated. So through heating, the water will be evaporated, and after some time what will be left out? Salt will be left in the dish. So that is the evaporation technique. So the next technique is distillation. In this method we are going to separate the solid liquid mixture. So solid liquid or liquid mixture can be separated. For this we are going to take a distillate flask. Okay, distillate flask, and the flask should be filled with salt or sugar solution. Okay, salt or sugar solution, that is salt or sugar mixed with water should be taken in the flask, and cover the flask with rubber cork, and through the holes in the rubber cork insert a tube, and the other end of the tube should present inside the glass tube, that is test tube, and the test tube should be kept inside the beaker which contains ice water mixture. Okay, so when you boil this mixture which is present in the distillation flask, slowly the liquid begins to boil. At the same time you can see the some amount of water droplets will be collected in the test tube. Some amount of water droplets will be collected in the test tube. Okay, how this happens? See, while boiling what happens? The water evaporates, isn't it? The water evaporates and the water vapor enters through the test tube, and it enters into the test tube. In the test tube, the condensation process, the hot vapors are condensed. Why? Because of this ice water mixture, they will be condensed, and the droplets of water will be formed. Droplets of water will be formed there, formed in the test tube. Droplets of water will be formed in the test tube, and that is called to be distilled water. That's a pure water. Okay, this is the pure water. You can read the improvised version of this distillation in your higher classes. Okay, children, shall we go to the next technique? The last technique we are going to use is sublimation. You know what is sublimation? Sublimation is the conversion of solid state directly into gaseous state without converting into liquid. That is sublimation, isn't it? So here in this technique we are going to take the substance in a china dish, and the mixture should be, that is one of the substance should be sublime. That is, okay, it should be directly on heating, it should be directly converted into gas without converting into liquid. That is sublimation. Okay, children, so here we are going to take ammonium chloride and salt mixture. Ammonium chloride is easily sublimable. Okay, that mixture should be taken in the china dish, and it should be covered with a funnel, and the stems of the funnel should be covered with cotton. Okay, covered with cotton, and heat the mixture so that this ammonium chloride started to sublimes. Okay, started to sublimes. After some time, what happens? After some time, the vapors of ammonium chloride get deposited on the sides of the funnel system, and after cooling this, you can see the crystals of ammonium chloride there. Okay, children, so this is about sublimation. Do you understood this process? Hope you have understood the process very well. So do your assignment, complete the assignment, and study the question answers then and there. That will help you for the upcoming exam, children. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe, obey your parents.